This episode was recorded the day before Tuesday, the day that Trump is scheduled to surrender to authorities in New York City to be booked on charges to be revealed later. Given his personality and his grasp on life, I would be surprised if Trump wasn't charged as a juvenile.
Huh.
It is being reported that Trump will not be handcuffed, presumably to keep him from getting an erection during the booking process.
What?
It's going to be difficult for Donald Trump to be a defendant in court. Imagine having to be judged by someone wearing a black robe when, for years, he's been trying to appeal to people in white ones.
Wow.
Good one.
Yeah.
Following the announcement of the New York grand jury indicting Trump, Matt Gaetz released a photo where he is smiling and posing with the former president, their grins looking like they got back alley Botox injections. In the photo, Matt Gaetz is wearing a red blazer and dressed like a blackjack dealer, which is fitting, as blackjack dealers also don't hit on anything 17 and up.
Oh, that's like the best joke of the day. That is awesome.
So, I mean, obviously they say this is, I mean, it is somewhat history making, but I mean, we have had instances of like candidates who've been under indictment or in prison, you know, running for office. I think Rick Perry had was charged with a crime when he ran back in 2016, I think, what, 2012 or 2016. I think Eugene Debs, he was a third party candidate, but he was in prison as well. My state's former governor slash, you know, former vice president Spiro Agnew, I mean, he had a whole thing going on. So, I mean, it's not, there is some kind of precedent for this, but I mean, the fact that it's a former president and a presidential candidate, you know, simultaneously going through all this, and, you know, the world hasn't quite ended as of yet.
I'm most upset that there's going to be no mugshot and no perp walk, because I was ready to pop popcorn and sit my butt in the chair in front of the TV and just watch and watch and watch. And then they said, no, he's going to surrender himself, and then blah, blah, blah. And they're going to, you know, it's all going to be in the back. And he won't, like you said, he won't be handcuffed. But I thought he wasn't going to be handcuffed because they couldn't get teeny tiny Barbie size handcuffs to fit around so that, you know, his hands wouldn't slide through. But, I think that a lot of people on the left, like us, are cautiously optimistic because there have been so many times where they're gonna get him for this, they're gonna get him for that,
Yeah.
this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and like you said, when's the anvil gonna fall? Who knows? You know, I mean, when I heard he was indicted, it didn't hit me with the pleasure point that I thought it would, because I just thought, yeah, okay, you know, because look at everything we've gone through in the last number of years, you know?
It's easy to feel that way because we've been saying since the day that he was running and he mocked the Times reporter who was physically impaired.
Exactly.
And before that, when he said that he derided McCain because he doesn't like people who get caught. And we thought, well, that will finish him. And we've been saying this over and over. So we keep expecting him to get out of it.
Mhm.
But this is a precedent, though. A former president has been indicted, and I think we underestimated the import of it on last week's show because it's only about him paying off a hooker, a sex worker, excuse me. So what? And it's not for him inciting the January 6th insurrection.
Mhm.
But Al Capone went to jail for not paying his taxes.
I was gonna bring that up.
So it looks like, as of now, they got him. It may not be on everything, and that may be happening. There's stirrings in Georgia, for example, in Atlanta, about his voter fraud there that he was a part of. But it's something, so we should be happy. And tomorrow is a good day.
So something I actually a phrase I just heard today that wasn't about this, but made me think of this now that we're talking about it, was that with blue collar crimes, the bodies drop before the arrest, and with white collar crimes, the bodies drop after the arrest. So I'm curious to see what kind of other anvils to Jeff's earlier comment.
You think people are going to be putting trampolines outside of Trump Tower, basically, is what you're going to be saying.
Well, that, and the other thing I was talking to my husband about the other day is I said, you know, as soon as he is officially in there, indicted, blah, 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 I said, people are going to be flipping like fish out of water. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to take deals, because I can't see people going to jail for this guy. I just can't.
I think they learned that they're not gonna. They learned their lesson. Weirdly enough, I didn't think they could learn anything, but I think they know they're not gonna go for him this time.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's like,
I mean, you have you had Michael Cohen, his lawyer, who looks like he's going to be a witness. You have his the chief financial officer of the Trump organization. I think he gets out of prison mid-April. I mean, it's keeping in mind that the company owned by the former president of the United States, the company itself is, for lack of a better term, a convicted felon because of, like what Jeff brought up with Al Capone. It was the tax thing that was the first big domino in Trump world to fall.
But the Times today, this is Monday, has been talking about all the unrest in New York and how the city is on edge. Apparently, everything's fine, and the Times what's going to rattle New Yorkers? A pizza rat might get things going, but I think there's no one's that worried about a giant. About a big fight happening tomorrow outside the courthouse. He'll go. Everyone will get the pictures, and it'll be over with.